kind of using this as a core piece of what could have been a best-of-3 series during stage 1. Agent compositions and metas have changed pretty considerably, and you're getting some consideration of that in the difference of the compositions that we're seeing right now between both of these squads.
You're not going to be seeing TenZ move over to the Raze either. I mean, he's going to play the Reyna here. He's going to play what works, plays what's comfortable. Got no issues with Sentinels honestly playing a few of the comfort picks here. No Astra coming through from the NRG side. And obviously it is going to be Sentinels picking up Zoms and the Astra pretty much as possible at this stage.
The opening rip is going to be very fast, very furious. Shazam will find first blood, making the play right onto A. Android trying to get some help from Sam, and boy, has he found it. EU also getting the mix for the defensive rotation from NRG. Goodness, it was quick. And a little bit of help from just some friends from above. Android, I'm sure, is just surprised to be alive.
No, I'm not 5'4", man.
I know. I mean, that was what a fast round it was. Sentinels diving straight on towards A. No stoppage there. Shazam dashing
and I'm not 5'9".
NRG fast rotation.
This website needs to burn.
Defense, so it ended. I mean, we didn't get a plant. We didn't get any sort of long round there that could have gone any further into any sort of post plant. NRG showed up. They got the frags required.
Towering.
I mean, good early speed up, but not enough frags to hold on at least for that particular round. Let's see what happens in this anti-eco.
Early wall has become kind of a ceremonious placement, but how about this peek from Taps right over the corner? Will take down 2. Maybe Sentinels not necessarily expecting the aggressive peek, and they might not even expect it the second time, as Sam was maybe considering maybe just a jump peek to see if he can open up some space for the Reyna. And the Android off screen will find elimination. EU around the corner. Sick does find 1 underneath. Zoms will take down 2 more, so hold on a second. All of a sudden, a 3v2 turns into a 2v1 the other way.
Zoms can't get the gun though over the wall, so he's the 1 star, I think, for Zoms.
How does he get 2 there?
2v1, you have to say, is looking like it'll go the way of Sentinels. NRG only have techs available. The good news for techs is full armor, full utility, outside of losing 1
full
cloud burst.
Armor.
With a couple of 1v1s, that would be the way to go, but getting over this wall is going to reveal information, and that's dash gone already.
Very quick, right into the cloud burst. Gonna tag for the defuse. Both players of Sentinels stacked on top of each other, and Tex never fully checks the corner. So Sentinels,
they don't even
with some frenzies and some sheriffs, and all in all, what was a 2v3. The final 2 members survive and clutch things up for Sentinels for their first round.
Yeah, well, you've seen this replay as well. They just don't realize that Zoms is right below them.
They don't even check the smoke.
They had everything going for them. This is NRG with a massive player advantage that goes pretty awkwardly when, you know, EU doesn't quite get the kill onto Sick either. So a couple of decent frags going back the way Sentinels, picking up a Spectre, forcing a 2v1. Unfortunate situation for Texas as well, having low utilities just to get over the wall and losing the dash as well. I mean, in that 1v2, if you can get a kill, dash away and reset, then go for a last 1v1, that would be the play. But using the dash early means you can't do that. And well, how about this round though? Daps onto 6 right away.
This is something that NRG, I feel like, kind of defaults to more often than not, is when they're finding themselves down in eco, they'll try to play an aggressive angle on one side of the map, and it does find some success for them. Lear comes through. Android's position will be known, but TenZ was already on the way from the high ground, not able to lock down shots. Fortunately, Zoms was there. Even exchanges thus far, although Sam keeps things a bit interesting with this Sheriff 1 tap. But have to get some help from EU. None will be there. It's a second, not gonna snap for the 3rd. And this is where I feel like NRG, we really need to see them come to life early, because one of the biggest problems that I feel like they kind of had when they were playing up against Cloud9 Blue, especially in the winners final, and then again when they were playing up against
already has 2 rounds.
When they find themselves down in the economy, they usually take maybe even arguably too long to get an economical even advantage, or maybe even find themselves some favor when it comes to what kind of cash
you want to build that early confidence on your attack side.
They lost that 2nd round. I mean, that's meant to be the anti-eco, and you know, Sentinels, they finesse it out of the hands of NRG. Takes until the 4th round here for them to finally pick up rifles. By that time, you got Shazam looking at an operator. You got full rifles on board for the rest of Sentinels as well. Ultimate's about to come online. I mean, this is pretty do or die for NRG very early on. As far as economy is concerned, they lose this one, they go back to an eco. Pretty poor start at that rate. So let's see if they can make their way up into A. That's a shoulder spotted, by the way, from Shazam. So, and I wonder if Som knows it as well. If Som has spotted that, he'll need to call over some reinforcements. There's not a lot of NRG defense currently on A so far.
Well, the dark cover might lead towards that suggestion. Not exactly the sexiest gunfight we've ever seen from either Dapper or Som's POV, but NRG will still be happy to collect the first blood. 5v4, but the spike is being planted, and you can see the post-plant setup is largely relying on Shazam to lock down the angle from A ramps, of which he will be able to. So now a 4v4. Seeker's going to be used to try to open some space on the retake.
Seekers
Maybe
out of
just a
heaven.
little bit of information. Sick on top of their own wall in the back of the site, using that as a little bit of an elevation advantage to contest any player's topside A tower. Things will come to a small pause for now. Tex was hoping to open up some of that A ramp space, but does not get her through. Tens with a second. Daps try to do what they can, but as the situation starts to foil, you might just have to consider just backing away and hoping that you can find exits, or at least at worst save this weapon.
Daps still going for something here. He's looking for exits over towards A lobby.
No.
Well, at least
No
exits.
exits.
His arms, who by the way I thought was maybe spotted by the Seekers. You saw the Seekers being deployed by EU. One of them didn't get destroyed, so Zoms' position probably up for grabs. That one kill from Tens though, that resets, it gives him the dismiss to get away from being in the open. And really running out of time for NRG. Too many angles to clear. Couldn't quite get Zoms. Early plant as well. Shazam picking up multiple
Sunrise with Dapper dying if they still were able to close that round out.
Operator timing. As soon as there's guns available for NRG, I mean, this is just snowballing the economy all the way from that second round that Sentinels took away from NRG.
3 rounds on Sentinels on a Jack.
So really uncomfortable for NRG currently. They have one Spectre on Storm. That's pretty much it.
Defense checking aggressively in the Cybercage. Flash will come through. Frenzy will find Dapper, who was supposed to be playing the lurking role. Trailblazer will confirm that there is no other Sentinel member here.
Fucking Sky
that
players.
means that, of course, the hit is coming pretty quickly. Brilliant slow orb, though. That will make a steep halt to what's coming through into B immediately, allowing a chance for NRG to rotate on, and Tex makes good on one, not going to find the second one tap. Cosmic Divide also providing a bit of a barrier, and Zoms will use that to their advantage, making it now a 2v2. Third contestant will also drop just up to EU, who does have the ability of maybe splitting this here, has the Spectre to play with.
Birds?
But the problem is you've got to check both left and right, sees the first. Swaps now over to the AR. Only a little bit of damage confirmed on the Tens, who changes the angle, finds the kill, and Sentinels.
Why is he refusing to throw a bird?
Third consecutive round here, fourth consecutive round here to go up 4-1.
Yep, and even if you kill Tens there, still has to go up against Zoms with the Gravity Pulse available. Would have made that last 1v1 quite difficult. I mean, not bad in terms of damage done if you consider that a lot of that was just we've seen this boost up plenty of times, and Daps will get punished. So yeah, I mean, you got to expect that every single time you see this wall come up aggressive into A lobby, probably a Sage on top there.
You have to maybe admire some of the creativity though from Daps to try to change up the wall direction. I know that even Intero had brought it up that we've seen a lot of these Sages defensively just throw that wall right down middle. So there has been at least a little bit of differentiation being used for some of that Sage utility, but still relatively unsuccessful. I was going to say Sick has the ability to go freely into this direction now that their barrier orb was placed, and that will make things back to a 5v4. Just keep in mind that you've got the Reyna long flanking through sewer that could blow up this play.
Damn, Shammy.
Psalm's been blown up. So this stage, Sentinels are trying to make their way on towards A. It's going to come down to Dapper versus Android. And Dapper's getting really deep into attacker spawn again. Shazam is trying to hold down the line to Heaven. Tex is on the other side of that. Tex could be up for a multi-frag. Still has at least an updraft and a dash. Here we go. Then needs to come up big, but can't get anything.
Damn.
So with that being shut down, Sentinels have massive numbers.
Oh, the Hawk actually does flash. A little bit of help from EU to allow Android to play this from the flank. They also isolate Zoms onto the itself towards elbow. EU finds them out. Hold on a second. Now the Seekers come through, but Sick is able to respond before they can fully tag. And it's up to Android 1v2, not going to get the better of Tens. A dire situation, nearly able to come through for NRG, but even in the end, it's still Sentinels looking solid, their 5th round in a row.
It's like another 1v2 for NRG as well. They found themselves in a lot of these situations. I feel like it's the third 1v2 we've seen for NRG. But this opening from Tex, I mean, he needed to get a couple kills there. Oh, flashed out, the lair was beautiful. In the end, possible 1v1 opportunity. Tens comes up big.
Damn.
It's a close round though. I mean, it comes down to the fact that the Reds didn't have to get played very early. EU with the second Seekers, by the way, so a lot done in terms of getting the ult charge for that Sky. And you don't see 2 ults being played this early in terms of actually farming that up. And hold up, speaking of farming, what's going on here? Sentinels have 2.
Yeah, you can even see there's another barrier orb placed defensively for Daps, this time through B main. The aggressive peek shut down. EU gonna have to be responsible for a couple. Finds the first, knows that there's a second off that flash that came out, but cannot find the ability to connect. Dapper also up top, gonna put a lot of pressure onto EU, who now moves a little bit further forward. This is a chaos ensuing push through with the whole of these walls in this tight choke point. Shazam will eventually get the elimination, leaving things down to Tex, who has pulled out the blades, finds the first, able to barely clip maybe one more deep in the corner. This would be a 1v4 situation. Gravity Well will slow things down, and Tex still has a bunch of utility to play with, so don't rule him out here. One more over through B main, and then eventually overwhelmed. The Zombs from below stayed completely concealed, and now 6 in a row for Sentinels as the trend continues.
This is over.
You honestly hoping for the best over towards B lobby as well. I mean, getting one more kill would have been great, but
Sentinels
he's
attack.
running into everybody from Sentinels.
There's 6
he's probably going to go
on
down.
attack split.
Trying to drag as many of the Sentinels down with him. That was the eco, though. I mean, if NRG win a thrifty here, that would certainly bounce them back in the economy. And this is one of those few rounds where if you look at their money now, you have Tex on 1,000. That's only because he did play the Blaze Storm, so he's got the most money because of that. 5 rifles, and most of them are down to pretty much 0 here. So 7 rounds in, we've only got the 1 for NRG. They really need to pick up some pace.
And even if you look at NRG just really briefly, you'll notice that Sam does not have a paranoia, and there's only 1 flash for EU. So this is going to be really interesting from how NRG want to set up their defense, knowing that their ability to counter a push might only have 1 chance to find success with it.
The Hawk's gone.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So EU's used that to clear out B main, so, you know, that's 1 less flash. To the point where there's no flashes now. I mean, look, Android will have a couple of layers. That's something to work with. Empress has been popped to the stage as well. Android hoping for a lot here. That's 10s on the other side. Can he do it, though?
I don't think
timing has to be really good, and Tens has shut him down. Tens slows an Empress, and that's the one big tool for Android.
Sorry, but Tens is just
gone. And you talked about the fact that they got no
doing
utility.
big
Now they
things
got
right
no
now.
members
Oh
trying to
my
get the
God,
frag,
wait a
so trying to
minute.
get a couple of counter trades.
Never mind.
Come down to EU, but 1 versus 3. Only Tex alive. We've seen Tex be the last surviving member at least. I think this is his 3rd round.
Feeling a little bit
He's been the last
sleepy,
alive. He's had a couple
but
of
I'm chilling.
1v2s. This one's a 1v3. The last round was also a 1v3. He's got a gun, no Blade Storm, but still a hard job.
Oh, the hat of the Cypher will poke, so at least Tex will know that Dapper's playing on the ropes. And you just have to go back to that 1v1 between Android and Tens. The leer from Android, I don't think fully got through on Tex. Yeah, tries to make the same play as he did a couple of rounds prior. Has to go to the reload. Sick is just running at him with Dapper. No problem there. Yeah, it just feels a bit unfortunate. Android gonna get overwhelmed, and if that leer hits, maybe there's a chance to read that the pressure was on, but as he throws that leer out, it doesn't actually get through the floorboard, so Sentinels feeling very comfortable with the map. Take that to their advantage. A decent attempt for EU, who by the way is on their 3rd Seekers through 7 rounds, of which they've lost the majority of them.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Sentinels busting into B main there as well, so they end up doing a B split. Shazam, super patient. This operator's definitely found some value, and this is only the attacking half for Sentinels. They get better in the defensive half, which is a worry if you're NRG currently, because 7-1, 4 rounds left to play, including this. Early aggression being shown over towards mid. Nothing to make of it so far. I mean, there's ultimates available, there's the res available, there's the Seekers, like I said, 3rd Seekers of the half, but they just don't have the equipment. They need to find and isolate some kills here. Trap Sentinels in mid, or something. Currently B's completely open as well, so if Sentinels are able to scout that properly, they can go straight onto B.
NRG are heavy rotating up to B tower, maybe even to consider retaking the middle of the map, and that definitely was the case as all 4 members were looking to peek, but as they do, they now recognize the next hit that's going to be coming out for Sentinels will indeed be onto the point themselves. Cosmic Divide is through. Psalms has made his way onto the point, but cannot find the first elimination that he would have loved to have tallied just over the top of this barrier orb. Now you've got Shazam playing with some elevation as Sentinels set up their post plant, which is largely just on top of this Cosmic Divide wall. Android will find a couple, Tex and more. Okay, so hold on. Tex with this dark cover could pick up a rifle. Things could get interesting here in this 2v2. Daps playing the other angle. The 1-taps just continue to fall through. Daps
NRG wins that one?
Apparently, no ARs or SMGs required. They'll just get it all done with the pistols.
That's the round we're looking for someone like for a team like NRG, where a thrifty win is almost required this half to bounce back, or have any hope of bouncing back. I thought maybe the Seekers could have been played this round as well. If you're gonna bust through the Cosmic Divide and really take the pistols into the face of Sentinels, really off the back of some utility like the Seekers to get you in would be ideal. they kind of walk up. I mean, it was Andrew that starts the game off. Daps close it out. Tech's got a shot in there as well. A lot of Sheriff one taps. And the fact that he even gets the low numbers is really concerning. I mean, you see the game plan as well for NRG on that retake. They know on the right side, as they go for the retake, the back of sight, there's going to be members. 2 of them were found.
Let's pray that they do something this round.
Sentinels as well. I mean, with 5 alive, you got to play a couple of B-man. You got to be a couple into the back side. And surprisingly, with the rifles, they weren't able to take down NRG fast enough. And one taps, it's enough.
This has to lead to something, though, for NRG. Seekers coming through. Also the flashes, but look how quickly Sentinels are to back up. That dark cover will essentially be the line in the sand. Maybe the trap wire also kind of helping assist on where exactly that line
I like
will
this
be
flank
drawn.
a lot here by Sky. He keeps us
10
pressure.
seconds to play, and just the Seekers have been spent.
Or at least holds the sewer rotate. But
Util and towards mid as well. Notice that
the mid play is good too. He could flash them all right here. This could be huge.
Shazam, who once again,
wait a second,
being shown in mid. Shazam just waits in mid with operator.
This could be Gino.
Allows someone to peek from NRG, picks up a freebie. Now let's see what happens over towards the
that's really unfortunate.
You can't get it done either, so that's got to be 2 kills for nothing.
They dry peek across
because he was the first blooded.
And just fucking take pipes
straight into A heaven. Yeah, you already
that's
have
really unfortunate, actually.
A main as well.
No, I mean it's really good on set.
NRG can make something happen in the link. Som will at least get a frag, so that's 1 return.
He's got to go.
Could be what?
Right here.
Gino.
Resurrection's going to come through, and Som is going to potentially reposition if he holds this, which he will.
Is that weird?
So into the sewer he goes to change the defense, and wait a second, Som has predicted this perfectly. If he gets his gun up here, there's an opportunity maybe to foil this rotation, but he's just maybe a little bit too late.
It's not. It's 2 instead of 3.
One more player lurking behind this is Dapper for Sentinels as they try to get the spike planted.
Nobody says Gino.
Max finds one good opening first blood.
Gino's not a thing.
A response, but that will be traded back in kind. 1v2.
I like saying Gino, dude.
And Tex is stuck on site with just the sheriff and an operator, not going to be able to find the angle onto Sick. Operator recovered, and Sentinels continuing their winning ways.
That was nearly excellent for Som, but the timing was slightly off because obviously he's walking in sewers. He's not going to catch the timing on the Sentinels players. Rotating back through mid, he would have to be running for that, would give away his positioning. And then he's playing with his knives as he drops down from heaven onto B and just gets killed on the way down. Doesn't even need to wait for Dapper to kill him. And Tech stuck into another 1v8 situation.
So I was telling you.
And after getting a thrifty win, and it
I had a meeting at the Gino.
Kind of giving Sentinels the cold feet there to push them off from A. Som nearly cutting them off. It was almost an excellent round coming through from NRG, but at this rate, the best they can do is 4 and 8, so 2 rounds to play for, and they're going to be playing up every single round.
That's the voice that comes to my mind when I think of that.
All they can. Seeing now, by the way, NRG are kind of learning. You don't have Daps or Tex or anybody peeking early into Shazam's operator. Plenty have died to that so far.
They've reset kind of how they want to position this defense on top of the tower. Shazam misses the first shot, but Tex
have you guys ever watched My Cousin Vinny?
On what was hopefully for them a free kill. So now Sentinels will recognize that there is a bit of a reposition here as far as what NRG are doing defensively, but are they still going to try to test this? First slow orb will dissipate, the second will take its place. And you still see a couple of Sentinel members are getting, well, maybe forced to get a little bit of cold feet trying to push through that slow orb. Still stacking in mail. You have to feel like this will eventually be the execute,
lawyer movie?
But it comes down to what will they use to try to get this peak off? Maybe it's just Shazam holding. Finally, the kill comes through.
Mr. Sheffield!
Position revealed, and that'll be a capitalization for Sentinels, a 2-for-1 trade. And what will largely be a free bomb site outside of the fact that Daps is holding the back corner.
Daps can't res. He can't raise, he's too far away. He has to just hold it like I said. He needs to go for a couple of kills here. Very important for Daps to do some damage. Instantly will get fragged by Dapper, so that's going to go poorly. NRG now only down to the 2 members versus 4. They're constantly on low team members. EU versus 4 is probably not going to happen. Sentinels are looking towards a 9, and NRG
the Nanny had a banging intro,
even though they got Shazam on the opening, which by the way, I thought maybe 10s would at least throw out a lair for Shazam, allow him to peek with something, but they dry peek that one. They'll lose Shazam, but they'll pick up the round, and the operator goes straight back in the hands.
It just could help. I mean, hey, the simple fact is they're literally stacked on top of each other 1 by 1, so as soon as Shazam gets the information, even if he misses the shot, it's enough for the go call to be committed to for Sentinels.
Can we go next? I'm gonna
come through very cleanly for 10s.
This match.
A big requirement for Daps to essentially would have had to have found at least 2 kills to give that at least a chance for NRG to retake, but 9-2 all of a sudden. And like you mentioned, NRG are going to have to play for every single round. They've gone into a force buy here.
Bladestorm has been pretty successful for Tex in the past. When I say successful, I'm talking like he can hit some shots. He doesn't want to round with it.
He'll play after.
Won many rounds to start with. That's a good start, though.
Honestly, I don't know, dude. I'm feeling really
Sentinels,
sluggish today.
That does mean we're not going to be seeing a resurrection from Daps or NRG for the rest of this half. And look, they really need something like that. Previously, you saw
I kind of want to play. I still want to stream, but I just maybe we'll play like a different game.
And will return one.
Maybe I'll see if anyone wants to play
at least get a kill.
Totally accurate battlegrounds. And we'll just vibe, you know, just chill.
He does get a second chance. Finds Dapper, who was trying to lurk through a tower.
Some
now
tabs.
3v4 numbers.
Why not?
In favor of NRG's defense, but the weapons still.
I can do a good 3-4 hours of that after this. Have a good time.
EU holding alongside, to be fair, with Tex, who's only got a couple of knives left. Remember,
Insecta.
In B main.
Insecta.
Zam once again being the vanguard for this push. Comes through, but they don't fully
they have no idea.
This is going to be huge. EU finds the first knife battle, but it's EU for the trade. And it's up to Zombs. 1v3 situation. Caught out no man's land. NRG able to pick up another round.
Sentinels actually take the spike into B main as well. Like they have no idea there's two players still in there.
I like my little stream snipers in that game, dude.
Timing was excellent from NRG. Yeah, the Empress coming through from the backside also.
That game kind of reminded me what it's like to like fucking stream Fortnite, bro. But back, I used to like actually care about my Fortnite game, so it used to be annoying.
But we got there for NRG. Could have been a 10-2. 10-2 would be an
5 people dropping on your spot. 10
would be extremely difficult. You have to hope now that NRG
are so bad in BRs.
Favor attacking side for split, because we know that. Look, we talked about it plenty. Sentinels defense on split is solid. Like they can go down bad. Like Sentinels can have a rough start. We've seen this in the past. Sentinels can go really poorly in their attacking half and still make a huge comeback on the defense. So NRG, if there's any gas in the tank, they need to be really pushing that pedal hard.
I mean, last that they did play Luminosity, they were able to take an even 6-6 offensive first half. But that's not going to be enough, obviously. Gravity Well actually soaks in a lot of this push. Dapper through the cyber cage for one, gets away, gets the reload, and also gets a bit of help from Tens up top. And then after the reload comes through, Dapper will find the third elimination in this round.
Moisty Meyer.
Sustain. Go call to just push through the barrier orb, but the slow orb will be there to delay. Tex maybe an opportunity for a little mini pinch. No chance, and a flawless
what drop spot in Fortnite was your drop spot, dude?
Almost feels like exactly what we saw in the opening pistol, by the way, when NRG won that on the defense on A. Except this time it's the Sentinel's way around. You have a very quick hit coming through from NRG. Like you said, it's the combination of not just the gravity well.
Where my Sunny Step homies,
everything
dude.
Slowing down the head. And a massive shot from Dapper overall on the frenzy, I believe it will start with. Ten's getting that second frag, and then the rest of Central showing up.
Where are my Sunny Steppers?
If you're NRG at this stage, I'm even contemplating possibly going for some sort of force, because I mean, you've given Central some digits here. There's technically enough rounds to play for, so they don't have to do it, but this will be the time we have to think about it. Well, the rifles are going to be too good, the SMGs are going to be too good. Tex will get one traded, but that's all so far.
Just quick hit coming through. The Nova Pulse will stop.
Prison? Dude, the prison got removed so fast.
But you just feel like it's only for a marginal amount of time. Daps, though, does line up a couple. Still 33 seconds away from being able to self-sustain and continue on to what is now a 1v2 situation. And we'll decide, let me grab this orb. And then just try to finesse as long as possible. Trap wire going to be a problem.
Run.
And you feel like it's only a matter of time before the kill comes through. Which it will. 11-3. Sentinels up major in his first map on split.
Well, you might as well get as much ultimate charge as you can. 2 away now from the res.
Fair. Block was a go-to drop spot. Best loot came from there.
Last half. Now that would have to be it. So this
the block only reminds me of fucking Cloaksy and
this time it really is do or die. I mean, you lose this one, not only you an eco, but you give 12 to Sentinels.
That was their spot. They love the drop.
I'm still thinking, for me personally, if you really want to make a comeback happen, you have to win some of these thrifties. You have to be in a position where, for example, that second round, like what Sentinels did, where they won that second round. Sure, they didn't quite force.
Honestly, them dropping the block was actually so smart, though.
For the purpose of a comeback, now it's going to have to come through the standard way, the vanilla way, the default way. Gun round for the third round of the half, and it has to be pretty good, because look how many rifles are online for Sentinels as well.
Also keep in mind, as we continue on with the perspective of this NRG push through the middle, that the spike is also down. beyond A. Shazam gonna be tested and does walk away with one. That's not bad considering the circumstances. Dark cover.
Trady?
Hawk moving through. Spike will now be trailed back to get collected. Sentinel's defense has largely rotated, and Zoms is going to be tested. He does provide one elimination. Also sees Daps in the corner. Sick try to take good on that, but it's NRG from the high ground who do take the eliminations, leaving Zoms by themselves, waiting for help from Dapper. This is a 2v2. Spike has not made its way forward yet, and they're trying to isolate Dapper first. Beautiful call, and now you know you can safely rotate to B for a free plant.
And Zoms is really far behind here, 79 HP. A little bit of util remaining. All's going to slow things down considerably, so I guess it would depend on which way Zoms decides to path. Oh, this is rough. I mean, that 1v1, I mean, when you see Dapper's positioning, it's like, oh man, Dap's getting that one kill. That does everything in the round, and with EU watching the stairs, watching the cross,
NRG make a comeback here.
Zoms probably didn't have much of a chance anyway. He would have to expect that somebody was going to be waiting there. Really, that 1v1 in heaven, that decides the entire round at the end.
Can they, though?
And big props, I think, to NRG to recognize the fact that we know that one's still lingering on site. The last one has to be rotating, so let's just make sure we control this high ground and eventually just hope that we catch this rotation, which they do, and then it's an easy call to go back. EU, of course, as you mentioned, the wall was placed middle, would slow things down on one end. EU does it the same way through the defensive spawn. So a good round there for NRG. Obviously a must win, because they would have been on an eco going into a 3-12. But now an opportunity to take good on an economical advantage that they for the first time, really, they actually have here.
Yeah, because, I mean, Sentinels don't get to play their bonus here, and they bought up, right? They had all the rifles, which means they go into this round with honestly not a lot. NRG can snowball their economy.
What is the percentage chance
off this round? Are they going to expect this double up though? This totem pole is going to be really effective. Shotguns all over the Nero theft as well.
Oh, that might have cocked it.
Oh, man, you do need to see Tens.
Oh, damn,
Crosshairs on target, and they dropped the two members.
And then Shazam pushing through
Tens
the
wanted that gun right there, brother.
But of course, NRG have now essentially granted the site for free. EU once more will be watching for rotators, and Shazam will be the first one up. Beautiful headshot there, turning the attention back up top. Finds the second. Now Sam is here to help. Should be a trade, and there is a costly round, at least as far as who survives, but still a successful one for NRG.
And they shut down Shazam as well, because otherwise Shazam on that flank with a rifle could have made things very difficult for NRG.
The odds are good.
Credit to Sentinels for having that double up over towards B, where
the
shorty plus the Bucky, I mean, they nearly got more frags as well. And NRG got heavily penalized there. They were looking like, you know, if the trades there for NRG don't go positively, where they can't break that entire heaven hold, I mean, that's just 2 guns forfeited. So NRG eventually get control of B, get the plant down, they get the round, but at the cost of 3 members. Economy's still not quite safe. The Wolf's able to forward mostly gets taps on a Spectre though, checking over towards B, and that slow will actually prevent the Trailblazers from getting full information.
Yeah, that's not exactly the most efficient use of utility. The Seekers are also going to be committed, but Stapper is able to find one. And that will, I mean, this entire push for NRG is essentially just a baby. The spike is lingering A. So all of these numbers that are being committed, at a certain point, you have to wonder, is it truly worth it? And finally, Sam will go ahead, get to the from the shadows, find one on the response, but as Shazam rotates, he will do so in kind. So now a 2v4 post plant for NRG. Android will go straight into the Empress. He's about to be tested. Will only find one.
Holy
it's up to EU. Good luck, have fun. Wrong site.
Wait.
That's the thing, right? He's so far away here. He's trying to lurk on B to find any stragglers. Could there be anyone still hanging out there?
Oh my god.
Looking for the last person rotating. And it's going to be a free defuse. I mean, EU's here. He's not even confident to try and go for any shots because Tens is there. They will take him down. No issues. Appreciate that Android went for the Empress, tried to make the play happen, but there were so many members of Sentinels flooding through into screens. Wasn't going to be doable for Android unless Android gets a single kill and dismisses away.
You guys remember when Bay was a big thing?
Gets anything done there, and that would have slowed things down for EU to make that rotation. Android would have to go large at screens, and unfortunately he doesn't get a kill.
I mean, it would have had to been a spray down of all spray downs. All 4 Sentinels members were coming that direction. Which we've seen things like that from Android. Let's not get things twisted, but it would have been an incredible moment for him nonetheless. Bladestorm now
Me and
popped.
Bay.
As NRG are making this move offensively.
The fucking Snapchat story.
Throw some consideration to the top side of A Heaven, and
Just chilling with
how
Bay.
about it? Tex might consider to do the same through vents. You see this push through for the side of NRG is focusing on that rotation specifically.
I still say it. I think it's okay
First one
now.
up finds the first shot. Able to
Before it
cloud
was
burst and
an
get away
interesting
safely
time.
while also maintaining the dash. So this angle can continue to be held. Second contestant not gonna meet the same fate rather.
Like people were like cringely using it
that the resurrection
to
will
like
come down, but Zombs
put it
the
on
site
display
itself,
that they
not
have
too
a
bad.
girlfriend or a
Shazam getting
boyfriend.
aggressive, finds one
It's like,
more.
we get
The
it,
number's
dude,
still
okay?
even.
You're happy.
3v3
Life's
until
good.
Dapper comes up from behind, finds a collateral
We get
lineup,
it.
leaving EU in a 1v2 situation. Flash will be good.
Excellent
Finds
blind.
the first kill on a blinded Shazam, and now a 1v1 where Tens is lurking behind this play.
Has no idea what Tens is. And if he believes, if he
Tens
trusts the
win
situation,
these?
he will go for the plant, which he does. Tens with full utility, though. 2 layers could be important. The timing is going to be everything.
Not with him jumping
There
around
it
like
is,
a
EU with 3
goddamn
this round,
bunny rabbit,
saves the
dude.
day.
What the
And
fuck
EU,
was
by
that?
the way, allow Dapper to get into heaven. They don't spot each other. 2 ships
Yeah.
sailing across each other in the night. Dapper gets 2 kills. I thought maybe the round was going to be over from this. This is what I'm talking about. Dapper gets through. EU turns around like, holy cow, what? How did this guy get past me? And then saves it by getting the last kills, or 3 total, the plant included.
Someone in chat said he's
You heard
being
Tens
so
dropping down.
fucking
Not too sure
annoying.
exactly what it was. We'll give NRG
All right,
a little
bro.
bit more to play with. Still
How many
trailing by
months are
6
you subbed at
rounds,
10s?
but,
Be honest.
I mean, this is not going to be NRG going quietly.
30 months?
Putting up one heck of a fight, that's for sure.
You seem dedicated.
Shazam now with the knives, as Sentinels will largely be on a safe. Daps getting aggressive, finds the
You sound like a,
Shorty will find
you know, like a
elimination.
soccer mom
Now an
that's like really
opportunity.
invested.
Maybe to grab the weapon, but Dapper will not be able to get away. Next one up is Sick. Can he be pressured by EU, who holds down the trigger, finds the kill. Shazam
Look at Billy
keeping
out
things
there.
interesting from
Look at
behind,
him.
But eventually be
So
put in the
fucking
ground.
annoying.
It's just up to Zombs for
No
a 1v3.
Oreos.
Does have a Spectre to work
0?
with, but
Oh,
his
my
flash
bad then, never
beyond
mind.
recognition.
Fuck. My
And
entire
NRG
joke
will
was out the
find
window.
easy kill and
Fuck.
a couple of rounds in a row now.
And he's mega flash, just like every single flash hitting him. They
It
don't
was
even
funny,
get a
though.
plant
It
in.
was
The
funny
spike
for a
was
little
hanging
bit.
out and ramen that entire time, and NRG trying to be safe with it. Like, they don't want to drop a spike in a bad place, but they just get all the kills. I mean, look at the confidence.
who's
by the way,
watching
that
Mortal
kill onto
Kombat?
Sick over towards
Did
the
you guys watch
stairs,
Mortal
which is
Kombat?
running
It's
at him.
out,
I think
bruh.
it was EU running
Anybody
at him.
watch it?
Hilarious. That's NRG confidently playing up against Sentinels.
Dog
in
shit
what was
or
the
not dog
Sentinels
shit,
Eco,
dude?
but back on
It was ass. I
Sentinels
knew it
game
would
plan
be,
now,
dude.
rifles in hand, Shazam on the operator, and I gotta say, by the way, Shazam has been very consistent on the operator. Like, yeah, he's missed a couple of shots, but those opening
You wanna know
frags,
how
his
I knew?
first bloods, when NRG are trying to get onto a site, and that has been fairly consistent.
Look for Sentinels to stay a
I
bit
mean, some
aggressive
people might still
defensively here.
enjoy
They
it.
have
We'll
no
see.
trap wires, no utility
It was
at
just
all
a
from
setup
Dapper
movie.
because
Ah,
of
we'll
where
see
their
then.
economy is. So it's largely
Wanna
just
know how I
weapons
knew?
and then whatever Zombs can do with the star placement. So the initial push through that you were looking at from
In the
Sentinels
trailer,
of the map, I was going to say
when the dude was
largely
like,
successful, but
"Get
Six
over
turns
here!"
that conversation the other way as he does find one elimination before trailing back to
Get
Ace.
over
It
here!
feels like Sentinels can do this pretty consistently, and
Sounded
even
like
now,
Batman.
That's like, I better wall this one
Get
up.
over here.
Whether that's Shazam able to just find a pick with the operator, peek through,
Like,
dash
that
away,
is not the
somebody from NRG
vibe,
walking
dude.
Into the operator,
That is not the vibe.
pretty good.
It's just
Next
not.
right
It's
now,
just.
trying to get
It's
some
not.
attention over towards B. He's pulled over 3 men
Not
as
the
well. That's
vibe.
happening. The Seekers and the rest are trying to make their way on towards A, and this is what I'm talking about. When NRG try to get
The
on a
vibe
site,
is,
Shazam
"Get over
will
here."
get the first kill.
Oh, beautiful hold from Daps. The resurrection of Shazam will be free as Zombs is able to find Som in return. Daps up top. Spy
But
King
I still
was
want to
placed
watch it
keep
because
A
it's like
tower
a
safe. The
video
Spike is
game
also
movie.
down at A, which
I still
Sentinels
want to throw my
obviously
money
know
at
at
it.
this point. And Daps really can't do anything until Tex gets here. Still rotating through defensive spawn.
This entire round rests
They
upon
changed it
Tex,
in the
single
final
1v1.
film? Wait, really?
And there it is. Sick
Oh,
will find the
fuck.
shoulder
Never mind then.
straight
I'm already,
through.
I mean, I still am going to
Wall as
watch
well.
it.
You know,
I'm still
Daps'
curious.
time is limited. This is done for. Daps cannot do it. Stick with 3 kills.
Damn.
Sentinels 13 and 7,
Damn.
and that was off a 9-3 start. Defense, we always thought was Sentinels favored.
Yo,
And it is going to be
thank you for the
pretty
prime.
decent
Or
cleanup
thank you
from
for the 5
Sentinels.
months.
Some good,
Nicalis,
you
thank you for
know,
the 13 months.
eventual
OBK,
rounds
thank you
being
very
found
much.
by NRG, but overall, pretty much all Sentinels that entire
Yeah.
first half.